Hi there. I'm Sumi Suryan. Today I'm your host in this show called Inspiring Women in Travel Asia. And today we have Carmela Bocanegra from Chroma Hospitality. She's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Welcome, Carmela.
Hi, Sumi. Thank you for having me here today. Glad to be here.
Excellent. No, very happy to welcome you to the show and have you on this program, which is very appropriate given your professional development and also your career journey to date. So it would be really nice if you're able to perhaps give us a little bit introduction and also background of yourself.
Yeah, sure. Well, right now I'm with Chroma Hospitality as Vice President for Sales and Marketing. I've been with the company for, I think, 10 years next year already, in 2023. But career journey, I started really as a customer service officer in this local restaurant, Stargazer, as we call it, at the Silahis International Hotel. That was right after college. And then, you know, I was very gung-ho on moving up the ladder fast because I really loved the hotel business. It was my course in college, hotel and restaurant management at the University of the Philippines. So I think I stayed there for 1 year only. It was under the F&B department. And then I moved into sales and marketing department. So I started off as a sales executive. I really went through the ladder of from sales executive, and then I went to become senior sales executive, sales manager, and then also and then I moved into the food and beverage department as food and beverage promotions when I was a manager level already. So this was the start of my sort of marketing stepping stone, because it was all about sales in the beginning. And then from then I moved to, this was still in the same hotel, Silahis International Hotel, which was a local chain here in the Philippines. And then I think after that I moved to my first director job was still in sales and marketing. It was in a beach resort, Puerto Azul Beach Hotel. I was assistant director of marketing there for a year. And then I was promoted to director of sales. So those were all local hotels. So I wanted to join an international chain. So in 1998, I think, I joined the Hyatt Regency Manila. So that was an international chain, one of the first in the Philippines. So as director, I was there for, I think, about 6 years as director of sales and marketing, still in sales and marketing. I never moved towards another department except for that 1 year in food and beverage. And from then on, I went to Intercontinental, Manila, so another chain. You know, these two international chains has taught me a lot because, you know, all the trainings that you get, all that. And that was one thing that I had really in mind, or as a goal, was to get as much learnings and trainings, not just from our local hotels, but from this international chains who were, you know, very much very successful in their hotel businesses. So then I moved. Then I was in the Intercontinental, the IH group in Manila, but all my whole career was in the Philippines. I never really traveled. There were opportunities that came in, but you know, I was starting a family in 1989 when I got married. So it was kind of difficult. There were offers like to go to somewhere in Asia if I wanted to, but of course, when you have a husband already and you're starting a family, it's not very easy to, you know. And I was thinking I had a good career coming anyway in where I am. I was happy here in the country. And then so there I was with Intercon for I think another 6 years. I was promoted to area director of sales and marketing, handling all the the IHG hotels in the Philippines, there was a Crown Plaza here. We had a Holiday Inn also, 2 Holiday Inns. And then after that, in I forgot the date, 1992, I think, I went back to a local management company, which was the Discovery Group. I had really no plans of, moving and moving and moving. But after Intercontinental or after Puerto Azul, my local company,
Right.
my movements were already, I wasn't applying for them. They were just coming in, I mean,
Right.
it was fate maybe that, God wanted me to try new things, new hotels. So executive searches. So that was, I was moving from actually just two chains. It was the Hyatt and the Intercontinental. I think I had about total of 15 years with the two chains. And then I went back to a local management company, which was the Discovery Hotels in Boracay. So my objective there was really to share all the learnings that I had from the chain hotels, the 12 or 13 years I had in the chain hotels. And then after, I was in Discovery for I think about 8 years, 7 or 8 years. And then I moved to where I am now, which is another local management company, Chroma Hospitality. It's owned by the Philinvest. Philinvest is a very big real estate company here in the Philippines, and when they opened the hospitality business, that's where I joined it. I think there were already 5 years in the hospitality business when I joined in 2013. So now we have the Crimson Hotels and Resorts.
Yes.
We have in Cebu, that was the first, and then in Mactan, Cebu, and then we have, of course, the one in Manila, here in Alabang, and then the very popular here, where I am now, in Boracay. My backdrop here in Crimson Boracay. And we also have, Crimson is our luxury hotel brand, and then we also have the Quest Hotels. We have in Tagaytay, also here within the 1 hour drive from Manila, in Cebu and in Clark.
Wow, it's fantastic. It's so blessed to be working in all this paradise looking, destination and places. Makes the work-life balance very
cool.
Easy as well. And yeah, it makes it fun. And also with all the moves, I mean, sometimes we're so blessed with opportunities and that the path is there. But I'm sure along the way, you have mentors or people that you look up to or inspire. Did that happen for you along the way for some of the journey that you've gone through? And what are the, I guess, learning points from there? Because, I personally is big on that and driven a lot by, not only being at the right place, but sometimes, having the right person mentoring you and showing the way.
Yes. That's true. Yeah. Well, in terms of inspiration, and mentors, in my own personal life, I think my parents would be my number one inspiration in getting to where I am now and being quite successful. To be humble about it, my parents were very hardworking couple. And they raised us very well. All of us are in good have good careers now, have families of our own. So my father especially is also worked from the ranks until he passed away already, but he retired as vice president for a big corporation here, San Miguel Corporation. And because of that, family life was really very memorable for me. We've traveled because of the benefits my father and my mother had in their jobs. So my mother was a Spanish professor at the University of the Philippines. Yeah,
I see in your CV as well that you were also a Spanish tutor.
Yeah, I understand Spanish because when we were small, my mom said, you all speak Spanish in the beginning. But when we grew up, of course, we were in school with, English and Filipino.
Yeah.
It was overwhelmed by English. But until now, I understand. And my mom speaks very fluent Spanish. And even both my mom and dad have a Spanish blood in there with their family. So there, I think my parents, you know, the way they inspired us in terms of raising a family, being a hardworking, and getting to give your children a good education and a good life. I think that's one big factor in myself in really, you know, being being driven to what I want to do, and having goals, and this is where I want to go. But I really like the hotel. So I just put myself, I like the hotel industry. I like meeting people. I like, you know, going out and socializing. At the same time, you know, fulfilling something that's very challenging. Sometimes, you know, I'm not sure, are you in the hotel business?
Yeah, well, I work for the Hotels Association. So,
yeah. Mia, you were together with Mia in Phuket.
That's
you
right.
know how challenging it is in the hotel, right? When you have all this, especially in sales, when the revenues are up into your shoulders. And
yes.
So yeah, my parents are my number one inspiration. In terms of mentor, I think I've had a lot of good mentors, from general managers to owners of the companies I worked for. So they all had different styles and different ways of running the business, and they, you know, you learn from each and every one of them. Nobody is the same. But yeah, a lot of mentors. I don't think if I can mention every one of them already, but my general managers and my direct bosses also in the hotel.
That's great. So you mentioned that you've got children as well. So, you know, for me, I think I always find it quite difficult to the challenge sometimes, you know, it can be quite challenging trying to time manage and have that work-life balance. And, you know, I constantly have guilt. And I think generally, I think we as parents, not just moms, but dads to a certain degree, that, you know, we feel a certain, like, you know, not being at home as much. But how do you try to have that balance for work? Because, you know, hospitality work doesn't stop, you know, it's 7 days a week. There's no holidays.
Yes, yes, I have 4 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 4 kids. But they're all working now. My youngest is 26. And well, they all still live here with us in our home, but they're all working. And yeah, it was quite a struggle, not really a struggle. I think I breezed through it nicely also.
Yeah,
there were some
resilience.
Yes, there were some, especially when, you know, when you pregnancy, because the gap of my children were, I think, 2 years, 2 years in between the 4 of them, except for the last one. It was a little, I think, 4 years. So it was quite difficult, but I think I breezed through it. And I'm the person, Sumi, who, you know, I cannot really stay at home. Even during maternity leave, okay, finish 60 days, 30 days, I have to go back to work. Of course, I have the luxury of, you know, in the Philippines, you can have helpers, right?
So, yeah, that's right. Same here in Thailand.
Correct. So we have that luxury wherein we can get a nanny, and then you can start working again.
Yeah.
And so I think the way I balanced it with my children is I really just work Monday to Friday. Weekends are really for family. For my kids, with my girls, we go to the salon on Saturdays. On Sundays, we go visit my parents or my husband's family side, or there's always something planned, or sometimes just in the house. So I just keep my weekends really sacred for family. For, you know, I think 2 days in a week is enough time. It's more of quality time rather than, you know, quantity.
Yeah, so I agree.
I think that's how I did it. And of course, when they have special occasions in school, we have to be there. I make it a point. Me and my husband, we have to be there. Sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's just him. So, you know, it's balance, just balancing out. And I think it's a matter of scheduling also. And it's good because I'm not in operations in the hotel. I'm in sales and marketing. And I think it's more difficult when you're in operations because you have to work on weekends, right? Even there's
right.
But in sales and marketing, it's a Monday to Friday job, 9 to 6, unless you have events. Yes, you have to take care of clients, entertain clients, but that's not really an everyday thing. So it's easily, I think it was manageable.
Okay.
I would say so.
Well, yeah. Well, you breezed through it with your youngest one now 26. So that's really admirable, especially for kids. I've got two, and
how old are your kids?
They're 12 and 10. So
long way to go.
Exactly. So you moved from F&B to sales and marketing. So what drew you to sales and marketing? I mean, you mentioned a little bit early on about making that switch. And I know those two departments are very different, and I guess the nature of the work is also very different. So what drew you to sales and marketing?
I started with it was an F&B department, and then I moved into sales. I think because my first job was a night job. It was from 9 in the evening until 4 a.m. So, and it was in the hotel. It was like a club restaurant, Stargazer. And we lived, they gave us a room. We live in the hotel, and I just go home on weekends. So I think after a year of working at night, it's not a normal life, right? So you work.
Yeah, exactly.
So after a year, well, I didn't really plan it, but there was an opening in the sales and marketing department of that hotel. And the then director of sales and marketing asked us all. I mean, there were 4 of us in Stargazer. Told us that there was a vacancy for sales executive. It's a startup job for sales, whoever was interested. So we all tried. All of us just tried. And I think 2 of us were accepted. So that's how it all started. And then it wasn't really planned, but I was also thinking that I cannot go on further working at night. I mean, for life. So I think that was what drove me to moving into sales. And then I kind of like the sales job. So I learned a lot. I mean, it was meeting people. It was doing sales calls in different companies, meeting different types of, personalities. Of course, there was training involved. They taught us how to do things, and a lot of selling, negotiation skills. We had all kinds of. I tried to maximize all the kinds of training that was offered, from negotiation skills to selling skills to communication skills and everything. So yeah, that's how it started. And from then on, I liked it. It was very challenging at first, but I think I had very good mentors and guidance from the people around the hotel. And then I went back, I think after 4 years, I went back to food and beverage promotions, but only for 1 year.
Right.
It was more of promotions of the restaurants and F&B. So that was the start of my gaining more knowledge on the marketing side of it. So because this is just selling. So, but it was only for 1 year. And then I went back to sales.
Oh, great. Yeah. And also I see from your CV as well, like outside of work, you're also board members of association, and also some leadership in some of the association as well. So do you mind also sharing some of those experiences from this exposure?
Yeah, sure. I've been active in the Hotel Sales and Marketing Association for about maybe more than 10 years. And I've been in the board. I am currently in the one of the board of directors of the Hotel Sales and Marketing Association of the Philippines. So this is a membership of hotels around the Philippines, whether hotels and resorts. Yeah. So it's basically an association. Our objective is really to further improve the the standards and the competencies of sales associates, sales and marketing associates in the Philippine scenario, or the hotel industry in the Philippines. So from luxury hotels, even chain hotels, and sorts. So we have programs, we come up with, programs, initiatives.
Like training programs for sales and marketing.
Training programs, like every year, training for different kinds of training, whether making a marketing plan, revenue management. We get speakers. We have a monthly general membership meeting wherein we share best practices. Sometimes we announce the vacancies in our hotel, and not really narrate, but say that if you know anybody, we're looking for this and this position. It's really more of camaraderie among sales and marketing associates in our industry. And well, right now we have a September online sale ongoing here in the Philippines. So up to the end of the month, we're selling vouchers of all hotels who joined the campaign. So very good, packages from different hotels and resorts, and they can just buy it online. So that's just one of our initiatives and programs. And then we also have this Virtus. I might as well tell you, we have the Virtus Awards program, which happens every year. This is awarding it's like giving encouragement and awarding the best sales person for every year. So we have 4 categories. We have the sales associate, and then the sales manager, or associate, manager, leader, and then marketing campaign. So every year we award 4 categories in this gala night that we do every year, except during the pandemic, we had to stop it. So, hotels send in their nominations. They have to fill up a form. They go through a panel of judges, and then the judges are very confidential. And then it is just announced during the awards night, the winners. So it's very motivational for salespeople, sales and marketing. Actually, it's not just us. It's even marketing or public relations people, even revenue management and reservations and banquet sales. So every position that is covered by sales and marketing can be nominated in those awards.
That's fantastic. It's a great networking space as well. And we recently had HSMAI as well, and we did digital revenue optimization sales. So lots of knowledge sharing, and they also do workshops where they have curriculum that actually teaches and shares best practices on how to increase revenue. So it's fantastic organization, and great that you're part of it, and have that leadership role as well, which also goes to you giving back to the up and coming and mentoring the
True. Because at a certain point in me, I've been in the industry for I think more than 30 years already. So at a certain point, you also want to. That's why this association, it's free. We don't get paid for it, being in the board or being a member, but it's just giving back and sharing your knowledge and learnings and mentoring the younger generation to be successful and to be part of a good industry. So it's something very fulfilling also for us to be doing, because you see, like for me, a lot of my people I worked with or under my team in my previous hotels, I'm very proud to say that a lot of them, maybe 80% of them, are already director of sales and marketing, or have reached a certain level where they can really be proud of themselves and very successful in their career. So they also stuck it out in the hotel sales and marketing, and they're quite successful. And we still see each other in this, networking gatherings, and we're still like family. Like we get reunions with the Intercontinental. I have so many family. I have my Intercontinental family, I have my family, I have my Discovery family, and of course now my Chroma hospitality family. So you know, it's a good, very fulfilling experience also to have all these people um, working together in the same passion of the hotel industry.
Yeah, that's really the beauty of working in hospitality and tourism. Like, you know, you no matter what the world you go, move around, you always tend to either meet them again or find new family that kind of, you know, you like-minded people and grow with. So it's always a fun part of the hospitality.
Yeah, they say hospitality is really the most fun industry.
Exactly. You work hard and you play hard.
Yeah, work hard, play hard, and you know, it's not like the other industries that you work hard and there's really no fun in the hotel or in the tourism, in the travel industry. There's a lot of fun involved because that is part of the business. You know, we give fun to our customers, to the people that we serve in the hotel. They have to enjoy, they have to like what they're experiencing. So it's really delivering the promise, the experience of you know, attaining their objectives at the same time having fun.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got one last question for you, or maybe two.
Sure.
So what would the advice you would give to your younger self if you look back now with all the learnings and the journey through your hospitality career? What's the advice that you would give yourself, let's say 20 years ago?
Well, I think for the younger generation, I think they just have to be really know what you like. Make sure whatever you do is you're happy doing it and you enjoy it. Be passionate about it and continue learning. There is no stopping the learning, you know, gaining more knowledge. So passionate and being, you know, able to deliver whatever you think is expected of you. And by that, you have to have some, I'm just taking it from the way I you know, I experience it. You have to be strong. I think I was very strong. You have to be strong and to be at the same time brave. At a certain level in your career, you, of course, when you start as a young one, as a sales executive, you follow the rules, you learn. But when you reach a certain level wherein you have to, maybe just the manager, you have to make decisions, the personality or the you have to change a little bit more to becoming a stronger person in you, being brave, being able to make bold moves or bold decisions. And I always tell myself, you have to learn to prioritize. If we talk about work-life balance, there will always be tomorrow. You know, we will never finish everything in a day. You know, we'll never ever say, "Na, tonight I will finish everything I have to do for the next month." It's never gonna happen. So I learned to stop at a certain time of the day, like 6 o'clock or 6:30, because there is, I always tell my team right now, hey guys, there's still tomorrow. And you know, whatever you have to do, just prioritize. And then when you get home, another tip I can say is don't work when you're at home. Spend time with your family and of course, rest. Rest is very important. Rest and a good sleep, especially now with all this, you know, pandemic and COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care of yourself. I mean, there's always goals, there's always objectives, there's always challenges, there's always a lot of work. It will really never stop, but we just have to learn how to manage it well and to still come out the best person we are, whether it's at work or it's with our family, it's our personal life, and for yourself, for your own well-being, your own health, and your own well-being. So, you know, everything is just, I think, a very challenging balancing act to do, but you can do it.
Yeah, that's excellent advice. You know, sometimes we're just so into it that we forget ourselves, and that's the best investment that we should be giving, is really to ourselves and making sure that we're in the right,
yes,
you know, mental health and well-being as well. So that leads me to one more question. I'm very interested to get your view on this. So do you have a motto that you live by, or like something that you use, a phrase that you use all the time, for work or for life in general, or like a philosophy?
Philosophy.
You mentioned quite a bit earlier about, you know, in the advice that you would give to people. So is there one like rule that you live by and breathe by?
Yeah, maybe a rule. It's not really a philosophy, but I think stick to your values and your principles. At the end of the day, integrity is very important. So good values, moral values, principles. I know sometimes we get into a situation wherein you have to bend a little bit, and you know, politics in the workplace and things like that. But as much as possible, if you stick to your values and your principles, and that is more of a long-term investment, or something that people will respect you for, because you learn to say no. That's another thing that I always tell my team or myself. If I really don't think it, I don't think it's possible, and I don't believe in it, I say no, even to my boss, because then I justify. You know, I tell them at the end of the day, I am just recommending, and this is my opinion, and at the end of the day, the boss still makes the decision. So learn to say no. I mean, they are asking an opinion. There's no harm in saying yes or no. But if you really believe one thing, then, you know, justify it, fight for it. Because if you know you are right, and you are within the right principles, and the right principles and the right values, and you are doing the right thing, I think at the end of the day, people will respect you more and see that, you know, she's not just a so-so girl, you know. So yeah, I think that one. Those are some of the things that I always tell my team, that just always think that what we do should always be the right thing to do. We're not doing things because we want to be going political, or politics in the workplace, or I always say, oh, this is my famous. I'm not running a popularity contest here. So if it's a go, it's a go. So I think that one line that they always hear me for. I'm not running a popularity contest. I'm just here to work.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Carmela, for your time today.
Thank you, Sumi,
for doing this interview. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and what you do and your background. And definitely, we hope to have you again on the show. Thank you for your time.
Sure. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, and hope to meet you soon.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.